Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
What's up, Energizers? Thank you for hopping in, joining me in another episode of the Daily Energize. Now, this episode is kind of a continuation on from yesterday, although it could totally stand on its own. So if you did not listen to yesterday's episode, I highly recommend you do that after this one. And if you did, awesome. Hey, welcome. Thank you for listening to that and coming back. I appreciate you. I know this week has been a little bit different, right? We talked about disappointment 2 days ago. Yesterday we talked about keeping an eye out and making sure that things align, and not just opportunities and different things in your life, but like people and their actions and your own actions. Do they align with who you are, who you're becoming, like where you want to go in life, right? That vision, that dream that you have. Does it align? And so that's what we talked about yesterday in the Daily Energize. Now, today, let's expand on that a little bit, but go deeper into well, maybe not deeper. How should I say this? Let's expand on the side of, hey, if a person does something that doesn't align, right? I shared that story yesterday. That person said those things. I'm like, that just doesn't align with me or who I am. And I said, I distance myself. Well, that's what I want to talk about today. How do we distance ourselves from that person? It's setting that boundary, going, you know what? This is not cool with me. I'm not down with this. We're going to get some breathing room. Now, that distance can just be not seeing that person for a certain length of time. Or if you're seeing them often, to not see them as often. So if you're seeing them every day, maybe it's every couple days or once a week. If you see them every month or two, then maybe you see them once or twice a year. You get to determine how often you see that person. Now, I suppose there are some people in our life where that doesn't work out as well. So there's other boundaries you could set and ways to help that distance. But for the vast majority of people, in times when things don't align, you're like, this doesn't align. I just need some breathing room. You can get by with just like, all right, I'm going to distance myself. But there are some people that I'm going, their whole vibe is just off. Their frequency, how they resonate, whatever, it's just not jiving. I've met people like that, and that's okay. I'm not here to judge them. I'm not saying I'm right, you're wrong. But what I will say is, that's not the energy I need around me. Right? That's not who I'm looking to surround myself with right now. And so then I distance myself. I remove myself from their circles, their life, and from theirs, and I remove them from mine. And sometimes it's a hard break. Sometimes they know it, that I'm doing it. Other times they don't. But I set that boundary and I distance myself. Because I need to make sure I'm protecting my peace. Because if my peace is not safe, then how can I be there and safe for other people? I mean, I can be to a degree, I suppose, but it's even more draining on me. And you're there for people too. But when you don't keep those boundaries, it's extra draining on you. So protect yourself. You matter. Protect your boundaries and stay firm with it. Now, for those people that don't align, their actions don't align, right? Maybe it's something where like, okay, I still love you, but I'm not going to love you close up. I'm going to love you at an arm's length, or I'm going to love you, across a football field distance. Like, I love you, but yeah, we're going to love you from a distance. And that's okay. Right? There's people in my life who have been close and near dear to me that are now I'm loving from a distance. Because their actions didn't align with me, that our paths started to separate. I think we've talked about that a couple weeks ago, right? And that's okay. But to recognize that. Now, especially when it comes to actions, but it can be any part of that of a person, right? And if you're doing those actions that don't align, stop doing them. Separate yourself from it. Choose the ones that do align. But when it comes to other people, right? They're doing actions that don't align with you. Maybe it's not so much the person, although it might be, depending, right? On are they living if their choices and the actions they're taking are in alignment with them, go them. If their actions are in alignment with them, but they're not in alignment with you, then probably that person's not in alignment with you, I would think. Could be wrong, but that's how I would assume that would go. So you'd have to test and see how that goes. But I would think that if their actions are in alignment with them, great for them. But if their actions are not in alignment with you, and it's in alignment with them, then they're probably not for you. So they're doing those actions. You're like, okay, cool. I recognize this. It's not for me. I'm going to distance myself. And you get to determine that distance. It might take a little practice, right? And that's okay. But then they change. They recognize that, oh, I don't want to live this way anymore. That's in alignment with me anymore. And they start to behave and take actions and say things that are different than they were before. And now they're in alignment with you. Well, cool. And why can't they come back in your circle? Or can't they come back in your sphere? Maybe you still love them. You love them from a distance. Maybe it's a closer distance. And it's not that you have to let them get buddy and close again. And you can if you choose. But I would say, okay, I see that your actions are different now, right? Your energy is different. Cool. All right, I'll keep an eye on you, and then maybe bring you a little bit closer. I'm usually, if I'm going to be totally open and honest, I'm a little more hesitant to bring people back in after I've seen those actions. But if their new actions are in alignment and they're right with me, with where I'm going, and it aligns with them and all that, sure, I'll bring them back. I just bring them back slowly, but we bring them back. Right? It's not saying, hey, I'm done with you for life. It's not that. It's like, I know we talked about boundaries before, and that haven't spoken to my parents before. I haven't spoken with them since I was 19, really at all. And so, I've seen them at weddings or funerals here or there, but that's about it. And at the beginning, I needed them to apologize for certain things, which they never did. And as I've learned and grown myself, my energy was very different back then, but as I've learned and grown, my energy, my vibration has changed and or refined or whatever, I recognize I don't need them to apologize for those things. Would it be nice? Sure, but I don't need it. But the couple times that we've tried to rekindle that relationship with them and bring it closer, I recognize that they haven't changed. That the actions and stuff that they have taken at that time haven't changed from what they were. So I go, okay, nope, still not in alignment. We're going to keep it at a distance. Check in again. Nope. Okay, cool. Keep it at a distance. Maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. But what I'm saying is keep an eye out. See what's aligned, what's not, who is, who's not, without judgment, just discerning, and then move accordingly. And then if they're out, great. Doesn't mean they're out forever. It could, but it doesn't have to be. And for the people who are close, it doesn't mean they're going to be close forever either. They might go away too and might come back. Who knows? But be open and just stay vigilant. Check in. Stay aware what's aligned, what's not, and know to give people grace and love. Because even if we disagree, even if their energy is totally different, I can still offer grace and love their way. Because they're another human being too. And that makes all the difference. Instead of spreading hate and anger, let's spread love and light and understanding. Even if we disagree, that's okay. I still love you. So I want you to know, I love you just the way you are. Even if we disagree on things, that's cool. I still love you. So I hope you can go shine your light. Stay aware. Move people in and out as you need. And stay true to you. Because you are amazing. You are worthy. You are enough just the way you are. All right, thanks for listening to this episode. I appreciate you. Keep shining bright. And until next time, I'll catch you later.